sir.
Okay, so your post, let's go back to your dashboard real quick and I'll just show you a couple of things. Now, there's 3 different ways to start editing pages or posts, but I'm going to show you right now. I already pointed this out, but there's posts, all posts right here.
Mhm.
And if you click on it, you're going to see, and they're labeled here. Let me maximize my screen so that it changes it a little bit. They're alphabetized. Well, actually on post, they're not alphabetized. They're the most recent date. So you see this date is 3. We changed it. I thought I changed that to, I meant to change that to September. So that's a good thing. You can also change, remember I did it from the, oh no, that wasn't the post we did. We were worked on the affiliate disclosures. So since we did that, let me go back over to the pages, all pages right here, and click on this. And you're going to see all these pages that are alphabetized by the title, whatever the title is, not the it goes by alphabetizing, and you can always search in this box. So you have 4 lists of pages. So like I said in the very beginning, we concentrate on pages. You're going to modify the content on those posts in the beginning, and then that's it. All right.
Okay.
So, Myrtle Beach. I don't have anybody in Myrtle Beach. Hello. I don't know why I get these calls. All right, so now, if you notice here, that's why I came here, because we already changed this date. It's published 9/22. Remember that?
Yes.
When we had it selected on page. But from this screen, it's real simple to change dates too. And I'll show you why in the post, because we're going to modify the date on the post. So we have to keep in mind that posts are different than pages, and there's only 2 posts. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the dashboard and show you another way to get here. So you have this right here. These are at a glance. This one will take you to the pages that I just took you to, pages, all pages. Or this one brings you to posts, all posts right here. So another way to get to here again. All right, so now under quick edit, you could modify the date. So your website was not live till September 19th. September 19th. I just looked.
Okay.
Yeah, right here. Here's where he created it right here. 19th. Yeah. Okay, so we can take a look at that. Oh, I'm not supposed to show the CRM when we're on recording. YouTube might take it down if I do that. All right, so where am I here? Go back to posts right here. And from quick edit, you can only change the date in this screen. So right here, we go ahead and just put September. And then I'll make it before the affiliates disclosure, so we know we can use the night. I always make it at least 1 day later, 20th. And you don't want to publish them all the same date, because anybody in the right mind knows you didn't write all these in the same date, right? So when Google looks through that, anyway, just update that. Now this date is fixed. So on posts, let me go back to your home page and show you what I'm talking about. They align on your home page based on the most recent date. So this is more recent. See, down here at the bottom of this post is where you'll see your name, author, and the date. So obviously September 20th is a more recent date than March, whatever this one is, March 26th. So there's 2 posts on your homepage. Just be aware. And this is the title for the second home post. And if you decided you wanted to put this one on top, all you'd have to do is modify the date to make that one a more recent date than this one, and it'll reverse the order. But I kind of suggest that you keep this one first, for at least for now. I mean, I literally went through and recreated my post about a year after doing this, so that because by that time I knew,
What to do.
what to do. Yeah, exactly. So this is more of an exercise. It needs to be modified just for cosmetic purposes at this point. Yeah, just do what you see in the video. Now pause the video and go work on your website, and then go back and run the video some more. And when you get to another thing, pause it again, or open the video on your phone or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Don't just watch the video. that doesn't get us anywhere. We got to do what we're seeing. And that's, if you don't understand, let me know so I can help you move forward. So anyway, now I digress, and we're going to start modifying this first post. And the good thing is I've already kind of covered a lot of this stuff about the Yoast and the settings and the images and the blocks and all that. So we'll just touch base on that again. And I'm going to show you the quick way to get to where you can edit that. You have to be at, this one doesn't say edit page. So once you, because it's post, that's the only reason it doesn't say edit page is
Edit
because
page, okay.
it's post. And there's more than one on here. There's 2 posts. So it can't say edit post because it wouldn't know which one you're talking about. But down here by the date that we just changed at the bottom of the post, we can click on this right here, edit this. Without going back to the dashboard, we'll get to this screen, and this is where we can start modifying the content. Okay, so you know what I basically did was I'll go here and I'll go to posts, all posts, and hover over the title and click on edit, and we'll go right to where we just were. So 2 ways, actually there's another way to get there too. So anyway, that's 2 ways to do it. But what you need to know is you're always going to want to keep your eye on this Yoast, because when one of these turns orange, that's when you're going to want to stop and figure out what. So we need the focus key phrase. Now, if you notice, it's not capitalized like it was on affiliate disclosures. And that's a better way to do it, not capitalized in this box. And the reason is Yoast won't recognize it. If it's capitalized, if it's not capitalized here as your part of your focus key phrase, it's fine when you capitalize it in the content area. It qualifies. But if you capitalize it over here, you have to capitalize it in the content area. And so I just always put it small here, and that's the way I do it. Sometimes you'll see on your pages, Rory will have it capitalized, but if you look close, the reason he's green is because he's capitalized it. Like right here, he didn't capitalize on, but it's not enough to affect the Yoast on it because it's still green. Well, oh no, he has it small, so it really doesn't matter. You know, he can capitalize community. He just does it for emphasis. I mean, there's other ways to emphasize words. You could put it like this, and this little menu, you know, you could bold it, or you could italicize it, you know, or bold and italicize if you want. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, now he's showing people in the video, he's just overwriting what is there, but it's kind of hard to remember. So what I recommend that you do is create a new paragraph below the paragraph that's there, so you can just read what he has and start typing your own words. Okay, so and then you at the end, what you'll do is delete his paragraph, and your paragraph will be there, and you'll be ready to do the next one. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
Good. That's the easiest way to do this, I promise you. Now you can do it on another editor altogether. You know, I was showing Celia likes to use Word. And so I said, well, you could do it that way. You can copy his words over onto Word and then just, you know, maybe make them all red and then, you know, start typing down here and, you know, make it back to black. And if you have, do you have Word on your computer? It doesn't matter. I don't really recommend you do it this way. I would recommend you do it this way. But you could type it out on a separate editor altogether. So I use this one, Notepad, for instance, right here. Notepad, and this is yours right here. This is the page I created on my study hall. I have study hall every Thursday at 4:30 Eastern time. And we go for an hour and a half. And all those other students, Renee's, Monique, Christina, you know, Stacy, all the other instructor students, if my study hall works better into their time frame, then they can come to my study hall and ask questions, and everybody can learn together. You see, well, that's why we have numerous study halls that you'll be tapping into once we get you on that WhatsApp. So that's part of the reason. So what I did is I just created these different paragraphs, and see, I set it up the same way because I know I'm going to want my title. So my title was, what did I do? Anyway, you can, Notepad is part of your Windows computer. So it's just a place that you can type for a word editor if you want. And then what you could do is just, because after you got your new words, you could just go ahead and select all by clicking inside his paragraph, Control A and Control V, and it would copy, paste over. So I'll just do it right now and show you what happens. Control V, and it puts the last thing I had on my clipboard there. All right. So when that happens and you don't actually want to do that, what you do is you just go ahead and this right here is your undo button. And now it puts it back to what it was. So you can undo more than one thing. These are your undo or forward, right? Redo. That's why. And then another thing, since I'm here showing you this little toolbar, if you couldn't find just remember, you're only using 3 types of blocks right now. Paragraph, that's this symbol. And when I hover over it, it shows me which paragraph this is. And heading, that's click in here and that menu jumps and it's here, heading. There is a way to stick this menu up at the top so it doesn't jump around. Some people have it that way, but it's better in the beginning to understand that this menu is pertaining to whatever's active. And then, the image. So these are the 3 that you really need to only be concerned with right now. And that looks like this. Okay. So what I was going to suggest is that you create a new block. Now, here we go again. There's more than one way to do the same thing. So if you hover in between these 2 paragraphs, sometimes you'll get a blue plus sign, and it's because this image is blocking it that we're not getting that. But you also always have this option right here, these 3 dots, and then you can just click on add after right here. And it's going to put a paragraph block in here. All right. So let's say I typed in some text. But that's not really what I wanted. I didn't want a paragraph block. I wanted it to be a heading. I could just change it to a heading. And the size of the heading, the larger the number, the smaller the heading. Okay, so we're using H2 and H3 mostly. Once in a while, you'll come across an H4. But I don't want it to be a heading at all. I want it to be a paragraph, so I could go back by clicking this, and now it's some text, but I don't want those words. I'm going to look at Rory's words. We would like you to welcome you to our online community. All right, so I emphasized online community. That's our focus key phrase. The focus key phrase we need to modify all of this. So I usually, when I'm showing people how to do this, I usually start here at the top with the title. So we need online community in our focus key phrase. To me, a title or a heading is not written like a sentence with punctuation, but that's totally up to the individual, how you want to do your stuff and make it, because you want to individualize this, and you'll collect like-minded people, but it's up to you however you want to do it. So I'll just do Control C, so I have that, I don't have to type that, and then I'll do Control A and backspace, and now the whole title is gone. And I don't really need to know what it was. I might as well show you this at this moment because we're recording this. So your website started out as a copy of this, 1f16.com. So if you ever wonder what it used to be, just go to 1f16.com.
Go to that and watch that.
And then you can go to whatever it was, whether it be a page like affiliate disclosures or something. So you started out with a copy of 1f16. That's what I wanted to point out. And as you do this, that might come in handy. That's why my computer knows when I type in the number 1, that's where I'm after. So Yoast likes to have the focus key phrase in the beginning of this title. However, we're going to have to violate that on this because it won't make sense. Because, online community what? So we're going to say our online community. I don't usually capitalize, and you can modify this later when you do it yourself if you want, is and if you wanted to put a punctuation, you could, is here to share. Okay, it's just something different, right? No longer says what Rory's used to say, but it does include the focus key phrase. And so that's that simple. Now, the next convention that you need is the first sentence of the first paragraph. Yoast expects that to appear here. So where I wrote some text, that's my new block. I can just say, we would like to welcome you to our online community where great things are made available to you here. So I can just rewrite that into my own words is, and don't speak in the past tense. That's called passive voice. So when you're writing, try and think of present tense or future tense, but not past tense. Okay, so uh, now I wouldn't want to say we're pleased. You see what I'm saying? I could say something like, found is past tense. That's not the, so watch this. I'll change it. And I like to emphasize it. Now that's a complete thought, so it's an end of a sentence, but I can combine the two thoughts. Okay, so oops, my space bar. And you don't want to use exact same words, but he says awesome place to be, so I'm gonna say many awesome and useful. Basically, I said the same kind of thing twice. So, whatever. Well, I don't like to use the same word twice. So we to to help others. All right. So now I have that first sentence covered. So now I can look at the second sentence. And the more you explore this vast community of information system, so, be honest with you, we need words. So if it sounds like fluff, well, that's probably what it is. And the reason we need words is because we're content marketers. So a lot of people don't read all this stuff, but Google does, and they have programs that do it. So they go by the word count. So when you first sit down to something, you want to see how many words are in here. You click these lines, and you can click this outline, and it'll show you this post has 485 words. Ultimately, when you get to pages, the minimum is 300. We're trying to get to 700 to 1200, and you'll see how that goes. It's not etched in stone, but if it's too short, more is better. That's the point. Okay. So anyway, now we just write the second. It's easier if you can remember what, that's why I keep it there in front of me. This is an absolute awesome place to be. We already included that by saying we find and share many awesome, useful things to help others. All right, so now we're going to talk about something about the big community information system, and we're going to talk about exploring or something like that. And the easy way to think about this is conversational. So if I was going to explain that to you or to my wife or somebody, how would I say it? I could say something like, you don't want to put the focus key phrase too much. We are a huge
Okay.
um, group.
What are you doing something, Dad? You. Yeah, no, go to the bag. Give me my phone because I got a message from you telling me.
All right, so keep reading. So if you notice now, my paragraph, it's not etched in stone how many words, but it's about the same size as what his is, right?
Right.
So it's a little bit, you can embellish this a little bit. So keep reading on, and you will never know what you might find is not good. No, I don't want the exclamation point. I'm going to just put a period. So now that's my words, and that's why I really don't like to modify this, because we're not putting it in your words, we're putting it in my words. But it's all right for this first post. Besides, like I said, chances are once you learn how to do this, I'm just more or less showing you the mechanics of how to get going on this. Okay, so now I'm satisfied. I have his paragraph is covered, this first one. And I click inside his paragraph, and at the bottom of the list, when I click the three dots, is the delete. And it's only going to delete that block. Now I click save. And I want to show you one more thing about this. Actually, a couple of things, because I want to go over this image thing with you. The title is different, and the first paragraph has been modified. Right? So we know we just need to start modifying the content below this first paragraph. I mean, you can keep those words there. There's no reason to change them. I just did it out of the top of my head. It's not like I typed the same thing over and over. I didn't think I could do this when I started, but I needed to really bad. So I just kept practicing. And now it's kind of like practicing a musical instrument. You do it enough times, it becomes pretty easy. So that's just the way it is. Now you could do the same thing here. Now let me show you another way to add a block. If you remember a minute ago, I added a block by clicking the three dots and then clicked insert after, or add after. I used to say insert. And then it put the new paragraph block here. Okay, so let me undo that. And so now it's back to what it was. But here's a real simple way to do it. If you're at the last character in your block and you hit enter, it'll add a block.
Okay.
Because it thinks that's why you hit enter. You wanted a new block. You see what I'm saying? But now it's always going to add a paragraph block. So if you wanted to transform it to a heading block, you just click this little plus sign over here and select heading. And now you have a heading block. See what I'm saying? So, there's just all kinds of ways to do the same thing. You may see Rory doing it one way, and I showed you a completely different way to do something, and that can be confusing for people. So there's always more than one way to do this exact same thing. So now we would just try and do this. So we're trying to cover several different areas of interest. So what would be a good way to say that? So now they do expect the focus key phrase to appear in the content, because that's what the page is written around.
Okay.
But I wouldn't put it right in that same first paragraph. I just had a thought, so I'm just typing. Everyone is looking for something different. So that is why our online community has value for our visitors. Or you could say readers, or you could say, you don't even have to say this. You could change it to something different. I'm just trying to put words out there because I want to show you how simple it really is. Have value for our visitors. Remember, I'm just trying to get some words out there. So, these are things. So keep posted so they have time limits. Oh yeah. And so then this thought, it's like, now this is called a transition. So transition words And you're going to see transition words under readability analysis. And so transitions are things like also, and, because, before, however, therefore, all that type of thing. Not only conjunctions, but they're the beginning. There would be better if they said transition phrases. So you could say something like, to create a transition, you'd say something like, as a matter of fact, and then go into what you're talking about. Or firstly, and then talk about something, then secondly, and talk about something. So those are transitions from one thought to another, and you'll learn that. I'll send you a page that I use. Sometimes when
Nice.
I get writer's block, I just open the page and then I look for a transition and it gets me started. So I have a folder here called tools, and it's a frequent page that I go to. So I have another folder in my tools. It's called frequent, things I use all the time. And here's my transition right here. And this is what it looks like. And if you read right here, it'll tell you, okay, in the first place, so that's like a transition from one thought to another thing. So when you read these, it'll make sense to you what I'm talking about. But, I mean, although, yeah, and then so you see, this is really handy. It really is. So I'll send you that.
Yeah, that's a very smart page.
Yeah, it really is. And it's a very well-known thing in the world, of writing. So I didn't know about it till I started here, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna open our chat and have you click on, do you know how to open the chat on the meeting?
I don't. Well, I've never done it before.
Don't worry about it. I have this link all the time. So I'll give it to you later. I'll send it to you in an email, or the best bet is, that's why we want to try and get this WhatsApp connected, because
So I got my WhatsApp up.
Okay.
So I
So
have
let me just finish this and then we'll do that next. We don't need to record that. Okay, so also, where was I? These are the, oh,
okay, let's see what you're doing.
I'll tell you, you start reading some of this, and you realize, wow, he just said that same thing earlier in this thing. And yeah, sometimes you just end up saying the same thing over and over. Not too many times, but try and come up with something new thoughts. But be sure to bookmark. And FOMO is a real thing. All right, how's your typing? Do you know how you type pretty good?
Type okay.
Well, it'll get better. I promise you. Don't look at the keys. Just, I'll tell you, here's the sentence. You type this sentence 25 times and your fingers will remember where all the keys.
Right.
The sentence goes like this. It has all 26 letters in it. It's you might remember this from typing class. I did. Actually, I looked it up on YouTube. That's another thing. When you can find a lot of information, answer to questions on YouTube or on Google, because it's very common knowledge of stuff. So anyway, so I like to proofread after I type, after I write, because I make mistakes, and I like it to make sense. So I don't want to say something that's stupid sounding. So everyone is looking for something different. So that is why our online community has value for our visitors. These are often things you might have never thought of before. The reason I added before is because I don't like to end a sentence in a preposition, but that's the way it goes. All right. Also, many of the products or services are many of these, I meant these products or services are time sensitive. I'm going to put an and. Now remember, this is a blog, right? So this is your opinion. In this case, it's my opinion. We want to jump on them ASAP. You know, now I might put an exclamation point. What did I do here? Okay, backspace. ASAP. Be sure to bookmark our site. You don't want to miss out. So now I have plenty of words to cover his amount of words here, and I'll do the same thing. Okay, Riley, my dog, but I have a Labrador. Do you have pets?
I used to, I don't now.
Yeah, I think I might ask you that. He wants to come in. It's going to be covered by this Zoom bar that shows up when you're sharing your screen. So now at the bottom of this list is delete. And now his paragraph is gone. Our new paragraph with new words is there and save. Now I know it took us a long time to do 2 paragraphs, but trust me, it gets faster and faster. And not only that, if you finish a page a day, you'll get through all of them. You know what I mean? You just have to work towards it. That's what I did. I started out with 118 pages and you only have 76. So, and half of those are category pages, and category pages are pretty simple to modify because it's just a paragraph on each one. So bottom line is the other one, I just clicked on image because remember this menu. Now I'm going to show you something because you may see something in training where Rory's dashboard looks different than yours. And it's because he keeps it in full screen mode. Okay, so this is gone. And if you want more landscape to work with, you can always click, in this case, I have Yoast open. So if I just click the Yoast again, it'll open or move it to the sidebar and I can click it and it'll come back, or I could change it to settings and then click settings again. So it doesn't go away. It's not disappeared, but sometimes there may be a time when you want more landscape. I keep my dashboard open when I'm working on my site. That's what I'm used to. That's how I like it. But this type of thing, this is where you would keep the toolbar at the top. You put a check mark here, and that way that toolbar won't move around on the page. And the reason people do that is because it gets aggravating because it's covering something that they want to see. You know what I'm saying? So you just check it, and now it's glued up here at the top. But as long as you understand that it's pertaining to this, and the way you could tell is you just hover over this, it'll outline. So it's totally your preference. What you want to do with this is your preference. I usually don't show this to people, but I'd like you to understand that there's options here. So anyway, I can click the 3 dot, take the top toolbar off for now. And if you decide you want to use that feature, just use it and take it out of full screen mode. And if you want to use that feature, you can use it. So then, you know, we just want to see Yoast. I usually keep it like this. This is how I work on my site. I like to keep these 2 green dots in my eyeball all the time. So now I just want to show you how to change an image. And your images, by the way, are over here under media. All right, so the images that you already have on your website are here. And, you know, you had a lot of stuff about women. I don't know. We do sell some cosmetics and all sorts of things. So you got 211 media items. And
Wow, okay.
I'll show you how to add more. What I'm looking for is, see, here was a whole campaign we did a few years ago, members only. So this is the image that's on that page, that post. Don't get confused. And we want to maybe think it's change it. We don't have to change the image. That the images are not so important as far as I just want to show you how easy it is to change one. And you know, so that's for weight loss coffee. You know, if somebody working on a computer, work from home, we're talking about our online community. You could, like I said, you could keep it there. Here's a girl thinking. Here's some people. That's kind of like a community picture right there. All right, so I didn't really need to do it that way. I could have looked at these, and I'm going to show you how. So now I have to go back to the post because I overwrote it by moving to your media library. But I could just use my back button in my browser, and guess what? Browser's smart, right? We'll go back where we wanted it. And there we are. Now I click on the image, and then I guess I go ahead and click on replace. And it gives me the option to upload or to go to media library, but we want to go to media library. Now, the reason it says upload is because it's on the wrong tab here. Okay, so this is where I would drop a new image if I wanted to, but I'm going to use Media library. And then that's why I say, don't hesitate to start working with this. There's a lot to discover. And I'll be able to answer your questions and help you move forward when you don't understand something. But the best way to learn this is by doing it. So we were going to pick this picture right here. And we're going to select that. Now, this is another place. This alt text is what the sight impaired readers read. So
Mhm.
we need that focus key phrase in there.
Got you.
And then you could say something like, if you were going to think about what the reader would read, you would say, 3 people looking at a laptop.
Okay.
You know, something like that. But we'd need that focus key phrase in there. Whether we don't, if at the very least, you don't need to do what I just did as far as add that additional text. But you want to paste on your images, paste your focus key phrase for whatever that page, post in this case, is about. So I may have the same image on 2 different pages that have the different alt text on the same image, is my point.
Okay.
Because they're on 2 different pages. All right, so now it's distorted. So we want to fix that. And that's under settings. So it's settings, and we already changed the alt text. So it's not supposed to be 1 by 1. We want to put it back to original. Now it looks like that. And you have this feature here. You could round it or don't round it. I kind of like it with it was more than 3 people there too.
Mhm.
So my alt text is wrong. I'll just change it, take out the 3 and put people looking at laptop. Okay. And so then, I mean, I kind of like it rounded, but you just wanted to show you that you have this option here to not have it rounded. Styles, where is it? Let's see, rounded here, so you can put it default. If you wanted a square or a rectangle, you can do that.
Okay.
You can change it around these 2. So the settings is different than the Yoast. And there's 2 components. You have Yoast is here,
Settings.
okay, and that's the part that keeps you on track for the SEO. All right, so we did 2 headings, I mean 2 paragraphs, and we did a image. So the only thing we haven't modified is a heading. And usually on headings, this is an H3, so I'd want to keep it the same thing. But you do need your focus key phrase in a heading. It doesn't have to be right here towards the top, but it could be somewhere along the line here. Here he has it again. So and it's communities, so it's not exactly. At any rate, you need it in the first sentence of the first paragraph. You need it in a subheading. You need it in the title. You need it in the text, and you need it in the meta description. Those are the 5 places that the focus key phrase goes, right?
Yeah.
And that's down here. Oftentimes what I do is I just write out my first sentence of my first paragraph, and then I just copy that over and paste it in here. If this is too much, it'll turn orange or, and it won't be green. If it's too little, it'll be over here and it'll be orange. So you need this to get in the green section here. So you just got to learn how to embellish or, create fluff. So same thing here. Now we're going to do is we're going to rewrite this heading, and then you've done at least 2 paragraphs, an image and a heading. And then you'll just work down this thing. When you come to something where he's talking about sign up for our newsletter, you're just going to want to, this right here, go here to our email notification. That comes a little later, and you can come back and add it. See, this is his link that'll sign him up for his newsletter. So when you see a link on your page and you don't want it to be a link, you click this link with the electricity in it and it takes it out. All right, so now it's no longer a link. And if you don't want to, you'd probably want to rewrite this and say something like, because your contact us, you're going to modify that and put, in the very least, your own email on your contact us page so that they're reaching out to you through that contact us page. So you can just, probably shouldn't modify this. You might get lost to where we left off. Yeah, let me just leave that like that. I don't remember. I don't think I saved it after so I'll do the back button here. Do the back button again. Right there. One more. because it was a hyperlink. Oh, this is where we left off right here. Re-rounded this image. So now I click on save. I don't want you to have to do that again. You might want to play around with it. I don't know. Don't worry about rushing through this first one. So there's that blue line I told you about, another way to add a new block. So I'll go ahead and add it above right now. And now I get to select what type of block I want. You see, paragraph, heading, and image. And whatever you're using mostly, you will be using list, by the way, but it's not any more difficult than paragraph. So it just puts bullet points there. All right, so I want a heading, right? But look, I didn't want it above. First of all, his is an H3, and I'm putting my new block below when I'm modifying. So I'll just like to keep consistent. So I'm going to change it to an H3. And then I can just move it below with these arrows. So I could literally move this heading or any image or whatever I want. You can move them all up and down or by using these arrows. I had one the other day when I was creating a page. My paragraph ended up in the wrong spot. I just moved it up under the heading that it was supposed to be and then click save and I was good. So now we need your what does he say? How to benefit the most from your online community and the resources available. See that this is blocking it. That's why I talk about people wanting it available to you, but it moves when I click someplace else. All right, so this is going to be
Okay.
and so then that's what step 1, step 2, step 3, whatever he's got here. And it's I'm pretty much saying the same thing. Get connected with us. All right. So now I didn't, if I would have just typed it out by overwriting, it would have the same formatting. But if I wanted to keep it there so I could see, oh yeah, let's see, it was an H3. So yes, mine is an H3. It's always when you add a new heading, it starts out as an H2. So I'm gonna just make it an H3. And then I want to have the same. So this is Yoast, remember? Yoast and settings. I want to have the same color. So I will go ahead and select this one right here. Now look how close my thing is,
Wow.
and it's different. So now I go ahead and click on his 3 dots, go down here to the bottom and click delete and click save. And now we let's go to your home page and we'll see visit site. And I'm going to show you one last thing on the recording here that makes a difference of why I did it this way. Went to your site using this view site. So we're modified all the way down to here. Here are the ways you can tap into our online community. And it's totally different, right? So when you go to 1F16, look, doesn't look like that anymore. I'm liking yours better than his.
Nice.
Yeah, I do it my way. He does it his way, and I do it my way. But we all do it the same way in the sense that it's the structure, and also the fact is that there's power in numbers, and that's what you learned in the book about ascension marketing and consensus marketing and all those type of things. That it really is. We're not competing against each other. We actually helping each other by doing what we're doing here, and you'll benefit from that, and that's the way it's set up. So you're just ready to start playing around with this and start modifying this content. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
yeah, and the way you do that, let me just reiterate, just take these links out for now and redirect them to your contact us page. And I think you're going to modify this contact us page before you actually get to those first those posts to modify. So now when you're here, you have edit page, right? Because it's a page, not a post. So bottom line is put in your email address here somewhere rewrite this. It takes them to the savings and benefits page. So that's for our anchor offer number 3. That's and like it says Roy and Tanya right here. You know, I don't see, let's see, how does he have it set up here in the beginning? If you're wanting more information, products and services, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Contact us, SMS. So you can put your phone number here, email ready, then need to get connected.
Okay.
Once you get to the vortex, you're going to have this. Oh, we're on your site, not on his site. So I'll go back to my site. You'll have this form, okay? So this form comes with the vortex and the wine membership and all that is, well, the wine doesn't come without paying for the wine, but the ability to sell wine comes with this vortex system and to call leads that Rory provides us. So they'll install this form on your website when you get that. That comes in session 2. So right now we're working on session 1 still. We haven't got to the modifying of the Villa Vita pages, but this is a good place for us to stop because you're going to want to do those first 2 posts, right? So your home posts right here. And the affiliate disclosures, which you've already done, so you can go ahead and practice on your backup there. And your contact us, modify it so that it's contacting you. I'm not sure exactly what if you look at my contact us page, because I wrote it, it's completely different. In fact, I have my home at the top, but that's okay. So anyway, what did I say here? So I have a link. A lot of people don't really want, oh, look, I got to fix this. This still has my response magic. If it becomes something that talks about response magic in the training, ignore that. We don't have that anymore. It used to be over here. I need to change this. So I can show you how easy I can do that, but I don't want to do that. Waste your time. Yeah, I never modified this after we changed. Interesting. I need to fix this. But if you notice here, oh no, I put all response magic. Oh, this is an ad from Google, so never know. I can't click on my own ads. They don't want that. Okay, so long story short is contact us. I would put at least my email address on here somewhere. And if you feel like having them text you, you can put your text number there, whatever. Not necessary. I'd put at least my business email because if somebody's interested, then you'd want them at least to be able to get in touch with you, so you can generate the revenue for you rather than them going to RRR 247, right? Otherwise, you're not gonna. It'll make sense when you start doing it, I'm sure. So fix this, and then you're going to go to your home page, and this is what I wanted to show you. So let's say I'm editing this. I'm just going to use the shortcut at the bottom, and I want to see what it looks like, but I'm not finished. All right, so this is edit mode, and there's an easy way to put a marker here so that you can move it down the page so you'll know where you left off the next time you sit down at your computer. And what I do is I just do a new paragraph block and I just put some stars in there, like 8 stars. And then I'll click it right here or hover over it, get this menu. And then I'm going to align it in the center right here. And then when I come back, so after I do this next line right here, okay, let's just pretend like we did this line right here. We replace this with some different words. And then I can click in my marker and I can move it down by just clicking this and then save it here, right? So I'm going to save it here so you'll know where we left off, but don't forget to move it down as you do this. Okay?
Gotcha.
That's your next step really is after you do that, contact us, back up the affiliate disclosure and your contact us page, and then start working on these 2 posts. Okay, so you probably, well, I know you only have the evenings to work on this. So whatever you can get done today and a little bit in the evenings, you'll contact me through WhatsApp later. Maybe Thursday is trouble because I forgot when I noticed I had told you we were going to get together at Thursday at 4:30. That's not going to work because that's my time for my. Yeah, you can come to my study hall at that time, but I'm not going to be able to do a one-on-one at that time as much.
Right.
So anyway, just keep that in mind. And I want you to get it tapped into all that stuff. So I'm going to save this and stop my recording. Oh, this is what I wanted to do, is show you what looks different. So now you see it does have view post, but there's a problem when you're viewing the post only and not your home, 5u82.com. All right, so this is the post online community. And what it does is just puts this bar over on the left instead of on the right. If in the menu in the middle, that's the only time you'll see that like that is when you're editing your post. So, but now you could go back and forth. It just, you're mainly working on this content area. None of this is going to change anyway. If you really want to see what the people see when they come to your 5u82.com, just click on home. And now it has both posts there. So that only happens on posts when you're modifying posts, but it might happen. And then you'll say, hey, look, it's something wrong. You might say that, but bottom line is, yeah. So remember, you can easy way to get to where you can modify your posts is here, pages is here, or posts.
Pages, posts, all posts.
Yeah, or this is a shortcut to it. And this is where you start. So the first thing you really have to do is be logged in. Howdy, Benita,
Okay.
And then you can get there so many different ways. Like I said, I usually working on my pages right here, logged in. So let's say I'm working on what page was I looking at a minute? Or the first page you're gonna be doing, and once you finish that, is if you still get you a free affiliate link for Velveeta. It'll be this biohacking page, and that'll be after you finish those three things that I just laid out. And then right here where it says become a member, you'll see here when we do this. Oh, we did do this. That's right. You have your own affiliate link. So yeah, because see, yeah, when I click on it, so we did that. I'm sorry, it was so long ago. I have it in my notes, I'm sure. But anyway, long story short is you still need to do those. And then you'll be doing these. Oh, that's what you were going to do. You're going to change the links on all your Velveeta pages.
Right. And
Okay.
I had a question. I had a question. I had a
Good.
question. So when we left off, you told me to click on health and fitness.
Right here.
So I clicked on health and fitness, and I was going to go in because you showed me how to go in and click on the links,
Right.
to put it to
Modify the links.
modify the links, where I was putting in B Colette.
Oh,
And
yeah, Colette, that's what we chose. Yeah, I
so
remember.
I hit on health and fitness. I hit on the health and fitness.
This. I'm looking right at it.
So I clicked on that, and I remember you telling me to click again where I would actually be able to edit and
Well, remember, okay, good. This is good
link,
because you tried to do it.
I tried to do it, but I don't. I guess I sort of got lost in where to
Well, we're recording this, so this might be helpful for you.
Okay.
And you'll hear Rory say this in the training. Repetition is really how you learn this.
Exactly.
And nobody gets it the first time, so don't think anything bad about it. So what we're doing is the category page is a list of the different offers within that category. In this case, it's health and fitness, and we have more than one offer page for the Velveeta offer. All right, so because there's different products, and we can go after different key phrases, just like I showed you, all around. I have 15 or 20 pages all about wine, for instance, and it's only one thing, but go after different key phrases. So that's part of what you're going to be learning in the future. But your Velveeta pages are listed on your category page, health and fitness. Now you're going to have in your folder a health and fitness folder, and that's where you're going to do all your backups. Okay, so you just create a new folder, and it'll be you're going to make a new folder for all of them. Okay, so I just create this. I'm still inside the one I created for you. I can delete this later if I want. I'm just showing you how it works. This is all in the cloud, by the way. So if your computer got ran over by a car, you'd still be able to get to all this. So that's one of the reasons we want to do that. And you're going to put these pages inside this folder. Okay. So when you modify these pages, remember that modifying that content is what we just spent a lot of time doing. Well, that's why you don't want to have to do that again. Once you finish with that, you want to make sure you got a good, healthy copy of it so you don't have to go back and redo all that. You know what I'm saying? If it's something catastrophic does happen, which you want to plan for, it's like insurance. We hope we never use it. You know what I mean? But we got to get it. So that's our insurance for this. And you just go here and then you're going to right click on the link and then select open in a new tab. So this one, the first one is biohacking. And so when you click on edit page right here, and I know you already did the links on this one. So you click on edit page and you know, we already changed it to be Colette. So
Okay.
that's the first. Now this right here. So for instance, remember I told you you're only worrying about a couple of blocks. If you don't know what a block is, just click in it when you're in edit mode. And then, you know, right here, it shows you, oh, this is an HTML block. Or you can preview it and see that that's the video. All right, so you're not going to change that at all. You're just going to leave that alone. You could move it up or down. We usually want that video towards the top. So that's your health and fitness. Now, if I didn't make any changes, I can leave the page and just go back and it won't tell me, hey, you're leaving without saving. But if I made some changes and tried to leave the page without clicking save, it'll stop and it'll say, wait, and then you just click cancel, go click save, and then you can leave the page. So it's a little fail safe system. Easy for you to say. Okay, so now I just go down in health and fitness categories. I have the first one open and you can open all of them. So the second one is biohacking with a fine mist or with a light mist and open in a new tab. And now that page is here. Okay, and then I can come down here and do brain food for us all. I right click, open in a new tab, and I have this page open. And all of these pages need to have your links on them. But the reason we did that is, yeah, still, you haven't got to this yet. So that still has my link on it. And so, you know, it's here, the category page. You don't have to do it the way I'm doing it, but you'll lose your category page if you don't right click open in a new tab. Here's what happens. For instance, this coffee page has the plus on it. And if you click on it, it overwrites the health and fitness category. That's the only reason I did it open in a new tab. Okay, so I can go back to the health and fitness category, or I could come down here and click on health and fitness and get there as well. But I would right click on coffee right here, open in a new tab, and then EMF protection, that's the tune, open in a new tab. And then gut health, that's biome, open in a new tab. And skin, no, that's not it. Sleep and slim, that's, I happen to know, the only one on here that's not Velavita is Slim Skin Healing Balm. Okay, open in a new tab. And I'm going to show you what, and then youth. Okay, that's the last one. Open in a new tab. And the reason I'm going to do it this way is so that you can see what I would do is either start here at the first of the pages, which you've already done. And let me go down to the last link. I know we did this together. All right, so we're recording this, so I might want to, I just do it. So it's B. Colette, right?
Yes, sir.
And then this is the last, I know we did this whole page because you were going to do this. All right, so what about the image? B. Colette, yeah, we got it. And then contact us, supposed to go to your contact us, and it does. All right, so this page is finished, right? B. Colette, sign up. All right. Now you could just close this tab and say, okay, I'm done with that one. I don't need to worry about that. Now I'd start editing this page, right? I should have been more explicit on how to do this. And you're going to, oh, here we got that rain thing going here again. So I think I can fix that for you because I saved it the other day when we were doing this, I remember. So if I go to Benita right here, remember, right? Remember I copied it off of 1F16. Control C on that, come back over here. And you know what, when you edit the text in a link, it's a little tricky. So what I do is I just paste it where it's gonna be, right there. And then I arrow key over, and then I'm gonna backspace that out of there. Yes, Kathy? What's up?
Nothing.
Did you leave her down there? Okay.
She's in the bathroom.
Oh. So, yeah, and then we just have to save that. but we didn't modify the link yet, so there's no sense to really save it yet.
Okay.
B Colette instead of G Pope. So all we gotta do is 2 L's and 2 T's, right?
That's correct. No, 1 L and 2 T's.
Like that. B
That's
C
it.
O L E T T E.
That's correct.
Okay. So now what I do when I have it right is I just put that on my clipboard, Control C on that. Now I want to link it or save it. I'm glad that we went over this because understanding links is what this is all about. The rest of these mechanics on that, look, it went back to my stupid thing there that I had. So I gotta fix that. It's kind of weird. Why did it go back? That's what I had, but now when I change the link, that's kind of weird. I didn't know that would happen. Put it in there like that and click link. Now it saved it correctly that time. Make sure I got the right link in there. Be cool, yeah. Okay. And we got the image here. The image. So the reason I put it on my clipboard so I don't have to type it every time. So if I'm just arrow keying to where I want, and then I hold the shift and then I arrow key and then I do Control V and it's done. That's simple. Okay.
Okay.
So that's quick ways that I do things. And then I just arrow key over with my arrows. Control V and save. Don't forget to save.
Okay, so you're actually, so once you go down and click, I'm gonna hit I'm hitting the pencil. I'm highlighting,
The G Pope in this case.
highlighting the
It could say United if I didn't change it to my link. Here's the Zleem that needs to be fixed right there. So I have that. I'll fix that. It's right here. Now I have the B Colette's off my clipboard, right? So people say, what's on my clipboard? Well, the last thing you saved is what's on there. Like that. So you see how I inserted it in the middle of the link. And you'll see when you do this why that is. It changes things. So now we have the different. And then we want to link this. I wonder if it's going to go back. Yep, it did it again. So I'm going to, now I have to do it. Well, I didn't copy it that time, so I still have the Zleem. Something's weird here. That's what I'm talking about, editing links in the text. It's easier to just break the link, start over, put your link on the text that you want, but I can do it here. I just gotta backspace this and do Control V. So it's this I want to take out. And this ahead of the Z. Now, do I have the right link? Be Colette, yeah. So that's good. I'm just going to do this page for you since we're here. Then I got to get going here. I'm pretty sure there's other things going on that I missed so far. Anyway, but I want to make sure you get what you need to do to get going here. So this and this one, weight loss success, same thing. By the way, that sentence that you type is the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Has every character in the alphabet in it. Type that 25 times and your fingers will remember.
I know that's right.
I promise. I don't think about, I just think of the letter and the finger goes where it's supposed to. I never think about it. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
Okay.
Oh, here's one with the stupid thing again. This time I'm gonna do is change the link first. So link this,
Mhm.
and now we gotta find the biome. There's a video down there at the bottom. Looks like this. Oh, that's Rory and Tanya's video. This is the one that changes automatically. Okay, now these are your contact us. So now that I've changed everything, I can click save. Right. Now the unfortunate part is you're going to have to come back to each one of these pages that I'm closing here today and do. Oh, here's another one of those biome problems. Be cool that I changed the link but didn't get the didn't. Yeah, he does things differently than the way I would do it. Like for instance, I wouldn't use braces on this. I would use parentheses, but that's just me, and you can do it however you want. There's nothing wrong with those brackets there. It's just not the way I usually do it. I think we got them all changed. And so now I can click save. All right. Now we can go view the page. And let's just click on a link, make sure that it did what we wanted it to do. When you hover over it down in the left-hand corner of the screen, you can see what it is, what it's written as. So when you want to check your links, you don't have to click on them. Are you seeing what I'm talking about? Look
Yes,
where it says, you see where it says travel, all things travel? Watch right below that in the bottom left corner.
Okay, I see it.
See that? So whenever you hover over a link, it'll give you a preview of what the link is before you click it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
So you don't have to really click it to make sure it's right, as long as you know what it's supposed to say. If it said G Pope, it would jump right out at you, right? And say, oh, look, I missed this one. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just checking. And I will click one of them, make sure that we didn't somehow, the syntax they call it. Yours is B Colette, mine is G_Gray Pope. So B Colette, let's click on B Colette one time and just make sure it goes where we expect it to go. And if it does, then we're all Bonita Gaines. There we go. So the rest of them will be fine, right? And now here's the point. We did that one. This was the light mist, was it? Oh no, this was brain. Oh, okay. So this is the one this is the light mist. We did the light mist page.
We did that one first.
And that's why I keep it kind of organized the way I did it, because I'm going to do them one at a time. And now I'm just going to close this one. You don't need the category page open anymore. So if you want a little less going on, you can close that, because now you've got all the pages. So I want to go over there and show you what you want to open on your screen right now today when we get off to change those links is you don't need BioMist. You're going to need the brain page, the coffee page, the EMF page, the gut health page, and the youth page. No, Sleep and Slim is for the Zleam, and you need to do that one. Then the youth page. So I just wonder if these have those stupid question mark things on it. No, see, this one's good. Oh, this is the biohacking. No, this is Sleep and Slim. So I don't think we did the links on this one. No, it still says G Pope. We did the biohacking page is the one page. It's kind of redundant, but look, it doesn't have that question mark in. Anyway, so you need to do those. Did that make sense what I just showed you?
So go to health and fitness. I'm going to go to health and fitness under my online community, and I'm going to start.
I mean, to change these links, here's the thing. You want to break it up. You don't want to just modify, because you'll get bored with doing that. So you can get to the change in the links anytime you want. Right now, really what you want to do is remember the main training is RRR 247/master. That's not the main training. No, that's not the main training. That's step one. That's where you were watching the videos. RRR is the main training page. So when you go scroll down to step one, right here, takes you here. And this first video down here is the one that talks about setting up your backup that we covered earlier. That's 16 minutes long, I think. Yeah, 16, 17 minutes.
Now that we've done that,
All right. So I don't know. He starts out with now that we've done that, which we haven't done anything. All right. So now PBS initial setup. This is it. See, affiliate disclosures, contact us, and your 2 home posts. That's in this video.
Okay.
Okay. So that's master. 247.com/master, and it's step 1 of the main training.
Shoes are too small, different shoes. They
So
got
those are that. And then
Go get some different shoes.
oh yeah, I created a folder, health and fitness. So those back up after you finish modifying. Now, remember, just modifying these. So anyway, let me double check here. You have. Oh, you know what I can do? We have them right here. Click in here. And I'll go to my inbox, create a new email. And your email address is what? B Gaines? Yeah, Benita.
On 2830.
Yeah, my computer will know. I just got to know what it starts with. See, show it knows them both. That's the cache, right? So, yeah, so I'll just put the link here, and then all you got to do is click on it. Be logged in, and then you can just click on it. So that one is coffee. Let's see, that's the category. So we can close that. We can close coffee. I'll grab this link in case you can't really. This way you can just open the email and click on them and change the links. Yeah, that'll make it easier for you. Because really that's just kind of where we left off, was just we showed you links, and
Yeah.
now you know how to start getting into the modifying process. And that's the time consuming thing of all this. And that's also the learning part. Everything we're doing here, it revolves around getting a good handle on this PBS. How do I do this? And the way you do this is by modifying what Rory has and going through there and changing it into your setup. Let's see, that was EMF protection, so I can close that one. And I know it seems like a daunting task, but I guess that's why he always wants us to ask people, why do you want to do something? Because if it's big enough why, like for me, I had some guy I was working for, or thought he was working, my boss. And I was in a bad way. I needed to do this. So I just kept at it, Didn't happen overnight, I can tell you that. I ended up working that job. another 6 months when I was ready to quit 6 months sooner.
Nice.
Yeah. But I did, and I just like to be honest and straightforward and transparent because, it is what it is. It's a real skill. If you're going to go to college, you can't say, give me my diploma. We got to earn it, right?
You have to work it, you have to earn it, that's right.
And I know I say that all the time, so I'm sure I've said it to you before. Anyway, this will make your life a little easier. Which were those pages? It'll all come together. It might be clear as mud, but it will come together. So the good thing is I know what we're doing. So as long as you lean on me, you'll get what you need. I guess that's it. So you only have to change your links. You only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more pages that need the links changed out.
Understand that, okay.
Okay, so I'll just go ahead and send this to you. I'm not even going to put any information on the email, just so they'll turn into hyperlinks when you get that email. So then you can just click on that coffee page and say, oh, I need to change the
Okay.
I want to change it to my links on here. So that way you can pick up on that part and then start working on the modifying content. So around Thursday, I know like last week you said, oh, my hours changed and stuff. Oh, that's the
Yeah.
next. Let me stop my recording here because we're going to do that and then I'll stop talking your ear off. That's why I have to record this because sometimes I share so much and people just you can't grasp it all at one time.